We're Bash Bros Movies, and today we're doing another series reviews. And listen, this is a TV show that's been going on for 4 seasons, 4 years, and
it kept getting better and better until it got canceled.
Yeah, and listen,
but we're kind of hoping up it gets picked up by another network because it's way too good of a show to just go away.
But this isn't the first show that Dean Devlin did that went up in the air, so to speak. I mean, he did Leverage a few years ago.
If you didn't watch Leverage, another amazing show. It's one of my all-time favorite shows.
Definitely, man.
So I'm gonna say, Librarians also might be up there. Librarians, we can call them a spin-off.
It's not a spin-off, it's a sequel.
Or sequel to a movie.
It is a sequel.
Or 3 movies.
3 movies, because when the Librarians were announced, I was like, there were these 3 movies, and I've seen one of them, and then I looked up the other 2, and you know what?
I watched all 3 of them back in the day.
And they're
starting Noah
Wiley from ER as Dr. Carter.
And from Falling Skies, another great show.
Which I actually just finished watching a few weeks back, And you know,
show?
Not so much. In the beginning it was good, but the more it went on, the more things they started throwing in, and it was just like, dude, by the time the big thing showed up and the big event happened, I already lost all my, desire to finish watching.
I binged it, so I didn't really care.
I binged it too, but I was like,
it does drop off later on as but still,
I just lost by the time the big things showed up, I lost interest because they kept throwing things in that not useless but unnecessary. Okay, and so it lost. And listen, the second Librarian movie was that with Stana Katic?
I think so.
And she was like this vampire kind of thing. And the third one was, I can't even remember the third movie, man. That's my problem.
One of them was King Solomon something.
That was...
I can't remember
exactly. That was the... first was Spear of Destiny.
Yeah.
Second was something to do with vampires. And third was... I can't remember.
But fun movies, it was certain like Indiana Jonesy vibe to it, but it was just different. There's a library, Society of Librarians.
One librarian. And they keep all these artifacts like the Ark of the Covenant and the
basically the job is to safeguard the artifacts and the library.
And basically 10 years, like 10 years, was it 10 years? 4 years ago? It was about 20. Yeah, it was about 10 years in real life and 10 years into the between the movies and the TV show. And I was like, what are they gonna do with Librarian? Like,
how are they gonna do? Because this is basically a continuation of the story.
Yeah, and I was wondering how they were gonna continue.
How do you continue the story? And basically, how they started off back in season 1 is in the first movie, a librarian dies. And so now the library sends invitation
to all the potential
candidates. Noah Wiley got picked as the librarian back then, but out of all the people who actually showed up, who got the invitation, 3 of them didn't show up. And basically in season 1, all the people who got the invitation and showed up for the interview start dying or something.
Yeah, it was something like that.
Something like that, and basically in order to find out what actually is happening, Noah, who is now the librarian, has to team up with the 3 people who got the invite but never showed up on the interview.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they're the only ones who didn't die.
Yeah.
Who could help them to figure out what's happening.
And not only that, it was done in very fantasy genre sort of way, and you have this strong guy, you have the thinker, you have the cat burglar, It's very fantasy genre-like, and it reminded me a lot of Leverage as well.
Exactly, because they had also...
Yeah, and so you had the grifter, you had the strongman, you had the cat burglar.
Yeah,
and so...
Which is all kind of D&D-ish.
Yeah, very D&D-ish. And then in the second season, like, after the first season ended, when you thought the show couldn't get any better, they bring in the main villain of the season. Instead of having, a week of the villain of the week kind of thing, they had villain of the season, and so everything that happens each week kind of goes toward the big crescendo at the end, where the things culminate and there's this big battle, this big conflict that happens, and the way they do it, dude, it was absolutely amazing.
Fate of the world is at stake.
Always, the fate of the world is always at stake. Yeah. And the season 3, I mean, they went up, dude. Whatever they did in second season,
somehow the writing, the acting, the overall performance of the show
got better and better
as not just with each season, but with each episode.
Yeah.
You just keep getting better and better and better. So
it's one of those shows you want to watch and you look forward to. You know, there are shows.
Or you just want to wait till it ends so you can binge the whole thing.
Yeah, because it's only 10 episodes per season, and I so wish there was more. So
basically, this year they concluded with season 4. They're also TNT, who housed the show, announced that they will not be picking it up for season 5.
Fun fact is they also the TV they also carried Leverage too, so they canceled that after 5 seasons.
And
so,
the show basically got enough views that they're kind of shopping it around, trying to figure out if another network is going to pick them up.
I'm hoping Netflix
which
picks it
we really
up,
do hope that somebody picks it up, because it's a great show.
And all while it was my favorite ever since CR, man. Like I always like seeing that guy in anything, man. When I heard about the Librarian, the movie, and I heard Noah Wally was in it, when I saw it actually, I was like,
and it was a TV movie to begin with.
Yeah.
So you know.
Yeah, it was in VHS here, I think. So I wouldn't be surprised, man.
So,
but the stuff they do with the library, the characters, man, and then the D&D episode in season 4 with that dude named Jeff, that guy named Jeff, I mean, that was the best.
It just gets better and better, man.
That episode is my favorite of the whole show, man. So
yeah, and stuff happens, and as if they probably knew they're not gonna get picked up after season 4, because the way they ended season 4, they actually tied it all the way back to the first movie.
Yeah,
and it's a fantastic show to watch.
Yeah,
all
even
4
if
seasons.
They never continue it. Yeah,
they're 10 episodes deep and definitely worth to watch. So you know,
if you like fun stuff, if you like action adventure, if you like fantasy, there's not. I mean, fantasy here is not the main thing, but they weave it into the real world so well. Like
and
even if you're not
with magic, you know,
if you're not, even if you're not a fan of the genre, you're still gonna want to watch it because it's written so well, acted so well, and actually all makes sense. So
tied it together nicely.
Yeah,
they explain everything, and there's enough question marks that when you get to that season finale, when stuff happens, it's just like.
Yeah, exactly, man. I mean,
it has the wow
and
factor.
It has a great soundtrack too. So it has a great score, man. So
he's big on scores.
I like my scores, man, and I like my shows with good scores. And I think Dean Devlin does a good job. You know.
Listen, at this point, this is the guy who gave us. Okay, he gave us Leverage, but this guy gave us Stargate. This guy gave us plenty of stuff.
He gave us. I mean, he produced and stuff with Ronald Emmerich. He did, he did a lot of stuff. He did the Stargate shows too, right?
I'm not sure if he did the shows, but
he did at least one of the shows. I know he did at least one of the shows. So yeah, because I didn't watch any of the Stargate. I like the movie a lot. So
shows are better, man.
You know what? I may just go look them up for this summer, man.
And then they spin it off, even the Stargate Atlantis, and then even the third one. They went only like 2 seasons.
Yeah, I know you like the shows a lot, man.
I like the shows a lot, man. If you want to binge something long, Stargate, man.
Yeah, and Dean Devlin stuff, it's no matter how dark or serious the tone of his stuff might get, like anybody can watch his stuff.
Oh yeah.
And so
I mean, what you would call family friendly.
Yeah,
but you can really watch it with kids. There's certain episodes I watched with my young brother, who at that time was like 6, 7 probably. He watched it and he was like, "Oh, are we gonna watch it again?"
Yeah. Yeah. Librarians. If you need a show to binge, this is it, man. This is the show. And
yeah, 4 seasons long, 10 episodes.
40 episodes total with 3 movies. Watch the movies first.
Yeah,
people.
just you know,
They're
at least
about
the first one.
They're hour and a half long,
Yeah,
so
your
you know.
regular TV movie. At least the first one before you dive into these TV shows.
No, watch
It's
all
just-
3 of them.
yeah.
So, they're good watch. They're good watch and they're fun to watch.
Hopefully, does get picked up by for season 5 by another
I'm hoping
network.
it's Netflix. What are you hoping for, man?
Anybody.
Hulu? Anybody? Amazon?
Anybody can pick them up.
Because Amazon
I
just
don't-
picked up
look,
Lord of the Rings.
I don't
man,
care if
and
NBC does it. I don't care if ABC does it. I don't care if ESPN does it. I just
Yes,
hopefully or
dude.
CBS. CBS can do it. Anybody can do it as long as somebody picks it up.
Dude, CBS did a great thing with the. I don't know if you caught up on NCIS New Orleans.
Yep.
Did you watch the last episode?
Yep.
Dude, that
Last
thing.
2 episodes because last episode
Yeah,
was
man.
a double
That thing in the end, man. Dude, it crushed me right here, man. And I think I know what happened.
CBS has like a great slate of shows.
Yeah.
All
Hawaii
three
Five-O,
NCISs
man, and MacGyver. Dude, the thing with MacGyver though,
and Blue Bloods.
they didn't bring back the guy who did MacGyver back in the 80s and 90s. That's
Fun
my-
fact: the guy who did the original MacGyver also took on Kurt Russell's role in the Stargate shows.
Okay, cool.
So what Kurt Russell was in the movie,
Dude, the way we
MacGyver
tied
did
in
it.
all this stuff to
MacGyver
dude,
did
man.
it in the SG-1.
But they didn't because the new MacGyver is actually son of the original MacGyver.
Okay, I haven't started watching.
Well, not
MacGyver.
really. No, they don't really say it. They just say it like his father went missing, like he disappeared. And I was really hoping that they would bring in, you know, the original MacGyver to play his dad, but they didn't. And I'm kind of disappointed they didn't do it. So, anyways, that's just
Well,
me, man.
MacGyver, not a great show. Even the original one. I'm watching the original one. I'm not gonna watch the remake until I finish.
It's not
the
a
original one.
remake. It's a requel.
Okay,
Okay,
requel.
so and
Call it what you will now.
dude, I'm
There's
just
only
saying.
one MacGyver.
Back to Librarians. Great show. Go watch it. Until next time, Bash Bros out.